Oi, good morning. Welcome. I've been waiting long for this one. It's called the Genesis Hydrovac Compact. Most people will know the Genesis Hydrovac Plus, which is the bigger version of the water filtration. It's actually the only version of the water filtration. Back in the days, there was a Hydrovac Turbo, then it upgraded to Hydrovac Plus, which had more features. And now there is a Hydrovac Compact. This is the smaller brother and small aggressive brother. Although it's a compact machine, it is very aggressive in suction power. And this is what we're going to be going through today. Let me just get my knife. When it comes to vacuum cleaners are very technical. Somebody said to me once, buying a vacuum cleaner is more difficult than buying a car. There's few things people need to understand when they buy a vacuum cleaner. Okay. What I love about this machine is that it does not waste your electricity. So the wattage is very, very small. When I say the wattage is small, I'm talking about 1,200 watts. Hopefully we can see it right here. 1,200 watts. So it doesn't eat electricity, because wattage is basically how much electricity a product eats. It's how much electricity a vacuum cleaner eats. That is why you will see that fridges have wattage. Hair dryers have wattage. Laptop charger has wattage. They don't vacuum. They all have wattage because they are electrical. Basically, wattage is on the electrical cord. Anything that's got electrical cord, it will have wattage. And this machine is 1,200 watts, meaning it eats less power, but it's giving you that nice, strong suction. So let's unpack and see. What is it that we get from this machine? Standard, you get your pipe. I will try and display these in the nicest way that we can all see. And when it comes to suction power, I will show you just now on the box. It is 20 kPa. kPa is kilopascals. Remember the bigger one, which is Hydrovac Plus, the bigger than this one. That one has 22.7 kPa, and this is 20 kPa. So not much of a difference, eh? Not much of a difference. We're gonna get all the tools out. The first thing that I always like to show is what are the tools you should be expecting as a normal user when buying this machine. And I always love putting those out because it helps you. Now you'll notice when you open this machine, there's basically just two tools. You've got the wet spill and you've got the multi-flow attachment or multi-surface tool. Those two. The rest of the attachments, they're actually inside here. So what this means, it means we need to open the machine. I always love putting the manual book. It's a world's most unwanted book, but I wish and I hope everyone is going to read it eventually. We open the machine and we get more attachments. We also get the wheels inside here. So once we've opened the machine, let's pack these. Let's make it neat now. I always like everything that should be organized. Multi-surface tool. Very nice tool. Why is it called multi-surface? Because it's got this lever here that you press. It's for different surfaces. When you're going into carpets, you will use it flat like this. And if you watch carefully when I press, if you actually look here, I'm going to press this lever here, it activates some brushes here, these brushes. When I press this lever again, these brushes will go away. So basically the brushes are for your hard floors, that's for your wooden as well as your different types of tiles as well as concrete. But when you want to go on your carpet, you'll have it plain because you want it to concentrate and go right bare into the carpets. We've got the wet spill. This is the tool I will use if I spill water on the floor. When I'm picking up, it's got the squeegees here. So what these do is they make sure that they leave your floors bone dry at the same time. Okay. That's two attachments already. We've got what we call upholstery, and why people love this for upholsteries, it's because it's got the lint and fluff remover. So as you're using it on your couches and curtains and car seats, if you actually have pets, you will enjoy this. If you shed a lot of hair, you'll enjoy this because it actually grabs that fluff and even hair as well. Lint and fluff remover. It's perfect for couches, and it's perfect even for mattresses as well. Crevice, for the crevices area, for the small areas. We'll put this here forward for the small areas. And This in some machines can also be called an upholstery, but we'll refer to it as a non-scratch. Why do we call it a non-scratch? Because you can take it literally to any surface, it's not going to make a scratching noise. I'll use this one here. When you use a similar tool like this where it's just plain, it makes that noise. It makes that noise and it feels like it's scratching the surfaces. But non-scratch is this tool, so you can even take it to your windowsills to actually remove dust. You can actually replace a feather duster using this. You can use it on glasses, you can use it almost everywhere. And it's also perfect for your upholstery, especially like things like car seats. Think about your dashboard, car dashboard. This is actually a very perfect tool. So I love this for that. Now we're gonna assemble this machine. Let's pack the box nicely and put it away. So we'll come back to the box. And then you get your two handle. This is your pipe. You join them. They're very easy to join. You just put one on another and then you've got your long pipe. Then it's actually nice and long. But for now, we've got two and we're going to place it right here. I prefer having this one here on the bottom because this is the one that's going to hook on the machine. And then you've got obviously your flexible pipe. If you want to know these, they are all on the box. You'll see that your box is showing you all of these things. And it's got these names that I just used here. It's all on this box and their functions. It's also easier when you know, because all of this here is now confirmed by the box. This is what you should be expecting. But I'm sure this should make things much easier for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll count this as 6 and 7. 7 attachments in total. Now, first things first, before we do anything, we need to turn the machine upside down. Why am I turning it upside down? Because I am about to put the wheels. There's 4 wheels. There's 4 places for wheels. And while I'm turning it upside down, I'm seeing something that's very nice to share with you. You'll notice that it just looks like a bucket. But when you look at underneath, it's got this cross here. This is a very nice cross. Verimac makes this on most of their machines. It's basically trying to reinforce the bucket because any weakness of any bucket or any system, it's in the center. So they're doing this to make sure, and you'll see that it's got these lines here, these grooves. This is actually to strengthen the bucket and to make sure that the bucket goes a long way. So we're gonna flip this the other way around, and you place your wheel and you just press it. Simple as that, it's in. You go to the other one, you place it, just put some pressure. If you actually listen while you do it, you'll actually feel it's got some nice click sound into it. So make sure that it's a very nice, soft, it's not one of those loud clicks. Yes, you can actually feel going into the groove. And all your wheels, okay, this one didn't go because it didn't click. Okay, now your bucket has wheels. Now it can swivel around. Now it can move around. I've actually prepared some water here because I want to show you. But before we put water, you'll notice here you've got what we call water level mark. This tells you how much water to put in. Your water must go up to this level. When you put water up to this level, that means you're safe. This machine has to be used with water because the water is what traps all the dust. And I will actually show today. I know I don't like switching on the machines, but this one here, I said today, I have to switch it on because I need to show before and after on how we actually, on how it traps the dust. So we put the water here. As we can all see that as it goes in, it's actually clean water. I can see the level from my angle. So the water has hit the level. We're going to put the water away. Actually much safer to put it down. So your water has hit the level. Once again, very clean water. Very clean water. So it has hit the level. Now you'll notice here before we even close this, if you go anti-clockwise on this is what we call the splash guard. If you go anti-clockwise on this will go loose. When it goes loose, I'm going to place this down. There is a filter in here that you're going to have to clean after some time when using this machine. It's called a foam filter. This filter is there to make sure that if there's any dust that's escaping from the water, then this will trap it. Makes it very nice. So all of that dust, that stubborn dust will be trapped by here, but I doubt anything because everything goes in the water and dies. It's just for safety, for your safety. So what we do is then we put it back. Now when you put it back, you'll always notice that it's got this, it's nice and round, and then it's got this C shape here, which is always aligned with the on and off button. So when you put it in, you always go 10 to and clockwise 2 o'clock. Okay, we place your machine down into here. Before I actually place it down, almost forgot. They all have this yellow tag here. This is the yellow tag that tells you what to do, especially in terms of making sure that your suction power is consistent at all time. It tells you about the importance of cleaning your filter, because most people find that after some time, their machines, and when I say their machine, it doesn't matter which machine you have in this country. Every machine, if your filters are not clean, it is going to be a problem. So you have to clean your filter. I like this. It's actually a very nice long cord. It's 5.5 meters long. Okay, now remember, there's a difference between wet and dry, which is the all standard vacuum cleaners, and there's a wet and dry water filtration. And that is why you'll see here, this says water filtration, because it's using water as a filter. The word wet and dry doesn't solve all problems, but water filtration solves all problems. You can have a wet and dry that still uses bags and filters, which means when you're vacuuming water, you need to remove those bags and filters. But when you have a water filtration, this means everything that you vacuum goes straight into the water and it dies. And the only thing you do when you're done, you just throw away the water. For those who have maids, using this machine, if you got a helper at home or a maid, using this machine is not different from using an iron. Why? Because just like when you use an iron, you put water into the iron before you iron. When you're done, you throw away the water. Same thing happens on this machine. You put water into the machine before you vacuum. When you're done, you get rid of the water. Simple as that. So using this machine is not different from using an iron. Now we're going to start with the pipe. The pipe has got 2 ear loops here. You always obviously align them with this. You put it in and clockwise it locks. Because I'm using it here on my table, obviously I am not going to connect my pipes. The pipes are there or designed, or we can just connect to show. The pipes are designed to help you when you are vacuuming on the floor, so that you don't have to bend. As you can hear that sound, although we can't see, you can hear the sound that the machine is hitting the tool is hitting the ground, and I'm not bending yet, and I'm still standing still, and I'm quite tall. I'm 168 in height, and this is very nice. So we're not going to connect these two because we are actually doing a demonstration on the table, my special friend table. Now, this machine, this is your on and off button. A bit louder. There we go. I like it. That sound of vacuum. Once you get hooked with vacuum cleaners, like you just love vacuum cleaners. I've met lots of kids who love vacuum cleaners. So let's move this one side a bit, because this is where we're going to be doing some vacuuming. This is where we're going to be doing some vacuuming. While doing a demo, I've prepared, there's a water spill here already, which makes things easier. I've also prepared some dust for us. The reason why I prepared some dust is because I want everyone to see on how this machine will actually pick up all the dust and where does this dust goes. Because most machines, and I actually like to use some papers. Let's use a bit of paper, because sometimes you might not see for color purposes in the water. I want us to see all of this. Because most vacuum cleaners, you'll find that you still have to dust and clean that filter. And guys, we have smartphones. Why can't we have smart vacuum cleaners? Why can't, there's even smart mops. Figure out that Verimac is selling smart mops. If you don't have yourself a smart mop, you're missing out. Okay, let's spread this nicely. Nice dust. Okay, in surfaces like this, and as you'll see here, actually want to show, because this could be your bookshelf, this could be your counter at home. When you're vacuuming, when you have this, which is what we call non-scratch, because it doesn't scratch, you can take it to any surface. You will notice that as I go, you can actually feel or see that the dust is getting pulled before I even get to it. Can you see that? Now here's an interesting fact about this machine. you can control suction power literally from 1% to 2% to 5% to 15% to 20% to 50% to 100%. So when you look at this dial here, your on and off button will turn. I was actually using the most minimum suction power as we speak, and we can see, and actually I want to show you the difference when I actually increase my suction power and what's going to happen to the dust. I just want the fine dust, because this is the dust we find on our bookshelves, on our tables, and the dust. If you actually increase the suction power, as you can see, all the way, and you switch it on, look at this, look at this, look at how the dust is running before I even get to it. The machine is actually picking up dust before I even get to it. That's the beauty of this machine. That's why I say, when you buy one of these Genesis machines, you actually you'll never go wrong on suction power. And one thing I learned about working with these machines is that the suction power is not only there just to impress you, it's there for a longer period of time. It's there for a longer period of time. Now, this was the non-scratch surface. I actually want to go into the water spill, because I want to show you how it actually picks up the water. And I'm going to be driving it forward. Can you see that? So you can see that all that water patch that was all here, it's now been picked up. And this is the nice thing about this. Remember, squeegee or these rubbers, this is the same thing that we normally use on when it comes to cleaning windows, is what we use. Okay, this is your normal tool that you'll have at home. Remember, we're not on carpet, so we are on hard surface. When you're on hard surface, this is what you'll be using. You'll be using this. So you will activate the brushes. Very simple. Hard surface means the left side of the lever must be down. Carpet means the right side of the lever must be down. So right now we're on carpet functions. We want to go into the tiles or hard surface function. We put the left side of the lever down. We press on the machine. Now have a look at this. After picking up all of that dust, and the reason why I wanted to pick up the dust is because I actually want to demonstrate how much or where does the dust goes. So all of that dust, imagine, if you were using a filter bag, this means you would have picked this up, it would have gone into a machine that's got a bag or a filter, and then all of that you'll still have to dust it down. Now with this, all of the water has gone inside, and there is no more dusting. Basically, what you need to do now is remove this, which is your pipe, take this to your drain, empty it, rinse it out, and you are done. After some time, when you feel your suction power is getting lost, or for better maintenance, you will then clean the filter, which is up here, which is this. As you can see, it's properly clean, meaning not even 1% of dust went up. So what does this mean? It means all of this dust that was trapped here is actually trapped and killed, making sure that the air that is now coming out of the machine is clean and purified. So what this means is I'm purifying the air I breathe at the same time. What I like to do at home is, when I use this machine, normally I like to drop a drop of some essential oil, something that's nice smelling perfume. And what that does is it distributes that nice smelling fragrance around your house. So I normally like to drop it in the water or in the filter, and I just, as I'm vacuuming, so every time I switch on my machine, there's this nice smell in my house. That's it. Remember, you can control this. Now, what I like about this machine, remember, you're getting all of these tools here that I've showed you. All of these tools is what you're getting. This means you're going to be cleaning your house, and sometimes your house could be a bit larger. A regular vacuum cleaner, as you use it, you'll notice that it overheats. It actually burns up. What's awesome about this machine, it's got these vents here that you see here. When you look at these vents, what are they? They are intercooling system, or they are cooling vents. When you feel here, when the machine is on, you'll feel that one side is hot, it's much warmer, it's releasing warm air. But when you feel on the other side, it will be much cooler. So when you go into stores and you're looking at this machine, try and put your hands in here while the machine is on. So when the machine is on, what does that do? The colder side is basically sucking in the air passing through the motor, cooling off the motor, and releasing the hot air. There is a normal air circulation that's happening with the suction power here. There's a regular air circulation that's happening. But this is specific design that's designed to make sure this machine does not overheat. That's why this machine is greater. It can run for a long period of time. It sucks in the air from this side, takes it through the motor, cold air, and it cools off the motor. So this machine cools itself off as you are using it. That is one amazing thing. Now, we turn the machine around here. When we turn this machine, we're going to show something that's quite nice. I'm going to tear and put some papers here as well. Why? Just because. Now, if you look at this, if you open this, you can take this and put it here on top, just so that you don't lose it. Mine stays there all the time. When you open that, you will see that when I switch on my machine now, this is a blower. In this blower, it can be controlled as well. You can control its suction power. So I'll try and speak over the noise. When I turn, can you see that? Can you see that? Now I can turn this suction power high. It actually starts blowing everything away. As you saw that, it even blows the tools away. That's how powerful this blower is. So just by putting your pipe here, now this machine has turned into a blower. Now to remove it anti-clockwise and pull it out, as simple as that. This is your Genesis Hydrovac Compact using water filtration. This means every time using this machine, you are using a new filter because you're always going to load new water. Remember what I said to you, using this machine is not different from using an iron. That's what I like it. Now, this machine, a couple of years ago when they launched it, it was coming with 1 year guarantee. So 2022, as I said, smart technology, smart vacuum cleaners, you are now getting a 2 years quality guarantee. 2 years quality guarantee. That is awesome. You're getting all these attachments. Let's bring them back here in front of you. So you basically have every attachment for every job at home. Every attachment for every job at home. And what I love about it, it swivels. It doesn't have these big wheels, because sometimes I don't like these big wheels. As you turn around the corner, the big wheels cannot take this sharp curve. Like with the big wheels, you can't switch your machine as I'm doing here. When you go around the curve, your machine is down. And that's why most customers will say, I don't like a machine that I pull behind, because the old-fashioned machine had big wheels and they used to fall a lot as your helper is pulling it. So this is smart technology of small wheels. You can see that it swivels on a spot like this. This means if I'm going around my bed, it will just go and it turns without having to tipple and fall over. Whereas if I'm using these ordinary old-fashioned big wheels, if you're going around the corners, yeah, it could be a problem. The industrial vacuum cleaners, they still love the big wheels. For a house, you don't really need big wheels. People can give you different reasons, but that's my opinion. You don't really need big wheels. Maybe, who knows? But I don't see a need for it. You don't have to desperately go for it. This is your all complete machine. The suction power here is actually 20 kPa. This is one thing I like about this brand here, Genesis, is that if you look at here, all the information is here. Because I've experienced a lot that when you go into stores, some sales people will just lying to you because they know what you're looking for and they will tell you what you want to hear. So when you look at this brand, all of the details that you might need, there is here. Sometimes after listening to the salesperson, just take the box, put it one side and just study it for 2 minutes and see, what the salesperson tell me, and is it corresponding with the box? When I have to return it to the company, will I be able to go and say, this is what was told to me and this is what's written here and this is what I want? Because sometimes when you return a different product, they'll tell you, sorry, that guy is resigned, he's no longer here. Sorry, we didn't say that, we can't commit to that. So that's one thing I like about this. And guys, water filtration, you can never go wrong. Water traps 99.9% of dust. It's very good if you got sinuses and allergies and asthma. Why? Because research shows that about 90% of all people suffers from sinuses, hay fever, asthma, and all of this is caused by dust-related allergies. Most people say they vacuum every day. The big question is with what? If you're still using the old system vacuum cleaner, you are vacuuming, but half of the dust you're picking up is getting redistributed back into the air you breathe. You will notice that every time you start vacuuming or switch on that vacuum cleaner or even use a broom, people will start sneezing and coughing around your house. Leave the broom to Harry Potter. Leave the old bag vacuum cleaners. It's 2022, guys. leave those machines. Get a water filtration. It's much more safer for your house, especially with the newer kids. They're also like smart kids. They don't cope very well around dust. So with water filtration, it also cleans and purifies the air that you breathe at the same time. Genesis Hydrovac Compact 2 years quality guarantee. I can only say one thing to you. Oi!